a second, this thing is everywhere. There is a lot more shady stuff going on here. You've probably seen this ad recently for something called the Unison MIDI Chord Pack. In fact, once you look closely, this thing is everywhere, on YouTube, on Facebook, in the search results of music production queries. If you're a music producer, you can't go on the internet without seeing Unison. So with all this in mind, we need to take a closer look. So, in this video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about this product. Then I'll give you my final verdict, whether it's worth it. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot more shady stuff going on here, so stay tuned. What does that even mean? But before that, we need to understand what exactly it is. Their website says the Unison MIDI Chord Pack is a complete folder of every fundamental chord and chord progression in existence. They're literally selling you every chord ever. I don't see how that's useful. But fear not, the pack also contains several advanced chord progressions that will help you finish your tracks more easily and skyrocket your success as a producer, apparently. We're going to see if the pack lives up to those claims in a bit, but first of all, let's take a look at the marketing.
Over 50,802 producers have been using a simple yet powerful tool that allows anyone to create pro-level chords and progressions.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop you right there. To suggest that a literal group of notes can somehow be intrinsically pro-level is deceptive. You can't make professional sounding music just by purchasing a MIDI pack.
Pro-level chords.
Oh yeah, I ought to mention, apparently you don't even need to understand how chords work.
If you're struggling making chords, making chord progressions, understanding how they work, this pack, it's really all you need.
All you need to do is pay $67 to Unison, and then the ultimate collection of pro-level chords will be yours. Okay, maybe we can forgive these marketing sins if the product is actually good. So let's answer that question. Is it? Everything in the pack is sorted by key, which is kind of nice, but the only potentially useful thing in here is the progressions, as everything else is just a list of chords. Most DAWs have a tool to automatically make chords, like the chord plugin in Ableton, or this thing in FL Studio. Furthermore, if all you need is a folder of MIDI chords, then you definitely don't need to get that from Unison. There are many free alternatives available, and I'll leave some of those linked in the description. As for the progressions, they do what they say on the tin, but they really fall short of Unison's marketing claims. We'll decide whether that matters in a bit, but first, take a listen to this. Oh, no way, he used those pro-level chords. He's totally gonna get ahead in the music industry. As for the advanced chord progressions, they're similar to the triads, just with some added 7th or 9th chords. Though decent, once again they do not live up to the hype, and once again there are better alternatives out there for free. But this is not where things end. In fact, this is where things get much, much worse. If you look on Trustpilot, you can see that Unison Audio is not a universally well-liked company. Sure, they have a lot of good reviews, but they've also got a lot of bad ones, mostly from people who either can't receive refunds or have received email spam from the company. I'm also very suspicious of some of these 5-star reviews, such as the one shown on screen. It's very interesting to be a part of Unison world. I didn't expect what I've got. It's worth absolutely more than my expectations, and I can now with confidence improve my experience. What does that even mean? The review mentions absolutely nothing about the product itself, and so any brand name could be dropped in there. Honestly, this is a massive cause for suspicion, but of course the only reviews on their website are a bunch of glowing testimonials. Great. They've also been accused of plagiarizing and reselling content from other people. I cannot speak to the validity of those claims, but it is certainly true that what's available in the Unison MIDI Chord Pack is also available elsewhere for a much lower price and sometimes even for free. The creator of this video, Ave McCree, also received a copyright strike from the company. I can only assume this is an attempt to silence criticism of their product, but I'll leave the full video link in the description so you can make up your mind for yourself. So in conclusion, this is a recipe we've seen cooked many times before, an overpriced, under-delivering product with an advertising budget so vast that it's guaranteed to be bought by as many people as possible. And so with that said, it's pretty clear that the Unison MIDI Chord Pack is something you definitely shouldn't buy.